Alright, here we are with Dream Drop Distance, the last major Kingdom Hearts game so far. Not really counting 0.2 as, a main game. It's more like a demo, of course. And yes, I will be carrying over my spirits from the last game, but I'll kind of get into that when we get into that. And of course, beginner, as usual. It's unusual, we don't, like when you start the game, it doesn't have an opening song. That's if you linger on the menu, it plays the opening. Kind of unusual how it does that.
Hey, do you remember now?
And of course, this is when everyone became a nobody to begin with. Organization 13's beginnings.
That's not my name.
Huh.
I'm not Xehanort. What? My name is Ansem.
And so it begins. But yeah, this game is a little bit unusual. I feel like this is where things get really unusual for the series.
Who knows?
Like this is the game where I feel like, yeah, this is the weird shit. Like even more than Coded. And I can't talk about how weird that game was, but here I think it's even more bizarre. But again, we'll get to that when we get to that. And I will be showing off the secret ending because it's actually important to the. It's actually important to everything going on. And seems like Sora and Riku are finally going off on their raft, and it is not going well. And they're all young again, or a year. I guess it's really just a year younger. Not that. Not that much time has passed in this series since the first game, I guess. Hey, Ursula. Yeah, here's Ursula with her little cameo. Or Phantom Ursula. She's not the real one, obviously. Yeah, we're part of the Keyblade Master Test. Ah, yeah, the classic. Is this part of the test trick? I hate that. Yeah, the tutorial. You don't need to go through the tutorial. Just telling you all the basic controls. That's in every freaking game. X to attack. Circle to jump. All that jazz. R1 to lock on. Same shit, different game. Yeah, and we had the command deck coming back from Birth by Sleep, which is nice because I actually do like it. I feel it's pretty nice in general. And of course, this is just a tutorial fight, so not much. She spends half the time just staring at you, just leering down at you. And also, she has a mouth laser. Did she have that in Kingdom Hearts 1? I don't remember. I think she might have, yeah. But yeah, so this game is a bit unusual, I feel like, in compared to the other games, even Coded. But yeah, I know a lot of people have beef with this game in general, but I'm gonna try and look at the more positive aspects of it because I don't consider it to be as bad as people say it is. I mean, yeah, it has problems, but I feel some aspects aren't quite as bad as people say they are, But again, we'll get to that when we get to that. Yeah, kind of a weird, cold opening. Yeah, it's very unusual for a Kingdom Hearts game. Where it's not really clear right away what the hell's going on. But of course, it turns out Riku and Sora are taking their Mark of Mastery test. Yeah, all Agua and Terra had to do is fight light orbs. Why do they gotta do this shit? I call it bullcrap. It kind of reminds me... Yeah, we actually did get to see Mickey partake a little bit in his testing. It was sort of similar to this. He was on a book in the middle of a raging ocean. Probably not connected to what they're doing here, but... I guess they drowned. Oh well. Is that the pathway to heaven? Are they dead? Oh, no, they're alright. Yeah, so again, this game is a bit unusual compared to all the others, I feel. Again, even Coded, I feel, might not be as weird as this one, because here we all get into the dream shit, and the dream within dreams, and... Yeah, it gets a little confusing. Oh yeah, and I guess I should mention, spoiler alert. I will be, giving, end game spoilers. But, I've been doing that since, like, the Kingdom Hearts 2 game, so... the Kingdom Hearts 2 playthrough. Yeah, and there are, like, flashbacks that you can choose not to view. I don't know why you wouldn't, because they give, important context. So, I don't know. And The World Ends With You, we had those characters in this game. I'll give end game spoilers to that, too. So, there's your one and only warning. Yeah, and there's like 5 flashback sequences where it's just Sora and Riku standing there while Yen Sid blathers on. And also Riku has a haircut. Yeah, I didn't like his like shoulder length, like shoulder blade length hair he had back in Kingdom Hearts 2.
So he renounced his duties as master and chose the Seeker's life.
Yeah, but yeah, and I don't know why like Mickey and Donald look so worried. They look upset about something. I don't know why. I don't like it.
Mark my words. He will trouble us yet again.
I don't know. Xehanort troubling us? I don't think so. I think you're being paranoid, Yen Sid.
Are to be tested.
God, seriously, Sora is so goddamn short. At least compared to Riku. Or other characters. Yeah, there's like there's a Korra from the Grid. He goes up to like her fucking belly button.
Only a true master can.
Like it's distracting almost.
Both of you are self.
Yeah, of course, this whole master thing is. I kind of mentioned this before. It's kind of like a formality, really. Like, yeah, Riku and Sora aren't masters, but they saved the universe. Sora did it twice. Like Mickey's a master, but he's actually like super badass. But like Aqua's a master, and she's not quite as badass.
That's a formality, right?
Yeah, see, a formality. He's already proved himself.
Me and the king and Riku, we can take on anything.
Yeah, see, they can take on anything. Okay, but really. Like, again, I kind of call BS on it.
I think that in my heart, darkness.
Like, I think they don't really need to be masters to do this shit, but whatever.
Walking that path changed.
Like, again, Sora's already done enough without being a master. Or having any kind of formal training whatsoever. So, whatever. But here they make it seem like it's super duper important because reasons.
Just watch. Me and Riku will pass with flying colors.
Why aren't you confident? Yeah, it's so bullshit that Sora didn't even pass.
And Riku.
Yeah, I call it total BS on that. He's more than proved himself to be a Keyblade man. Like, again, he's like I think aside from Mickey, he's like the most, like, skilled Keyblade user in the series, pretty much. And, like, Riku is like, right behind him. Or maybe, like, behind Roxas. Yep, and here we have the dives, which are kind of like the replacement for gummy ship segments. But I don't think they're worse than the Kingdom Hearts 2 gummy ship segments, but they're better than the Kingdom Hearts 1 gummy ship segments. Because they're not very long. They take less than a minute to get through. They all had their own mission: collect points, defeat certain enemies, defeat a boss, that sort of crap. And if you get a gold rank, you get a prize for the first time you go through. Yeah, for some reason, Sora is like the height and like build of his Kingdom Hearts 1 form rather than his Kingdom Hearts 2 one. I don't really know why. I don't think it's ever really properly explained. But whatever. I guess it doesn't really matter too much. It's just a little unusual. Yeah, and then Meow Wow plushies floating through the sky. Yeah, but we'll get to the Dream Eaters when we get to them. But I had said like I hated Dream Eaters, or I like disliked them in my, I think it was in the coded, or in the Kingdom Hearts 2 playthrough, but I don't really dislike them as much as I had said, really. I mean, again, I'll get to that when I get to that. Yeah, kind of a weird spawn point, but whatever. I kind of like Sora's new outfit. It's snazzy. And again, I don't really know why he's back to his Kingdom Hearts 1 age, but whatever.
Traverse Town. Hey, what's with my clothes? Must be more of Master Yen Sid's magic.
Yeah, it's not like that's the weirdest thing that's ever happened to you, Sora. Let's be honest here. Oh, there's Neku. Yeah, I was just letting the little music play over the title, the world title, because it's all like, yeah, well, I don't know, rapping. I don't know what kind of music, hip hop, whatever. I don't fucking know. Also, noise. Get it? Because it's the world ends with you, and the noise are the enemies. So clever.
Sora, right? Yeah, but
Nice outfit.
how do you know that?
Could you? What is with that collar of his? Seriously. And of course, this is Neku from The World Ends with You,
Come on, keep
which
up. In the game.
yeah, I'm not really too fond of The World Ends with You. I don't think it's terrible or anything, but
This game.
I could kind of see why it never got an official sequel. It has like remixes, but no actual sequel.
Okay.
And I can kind of see why.
I don't know about any game, but can
And I kind of like the World Ends with You characters here because they're so much compared to Sora and Riku, they're a lot more down to earth. That they kind of like point out some of like Sora's more anime type characteristics, like his like immediate like how friendly he is with everyone he meets. Like, oh yeah, I'll help you out with whatever you need. And he's just like, that's weird, man. What's up with that? We're not friends. We just met.
you could make it easier.
Yeah, like I like that. He's like more like a real person would act in comparison to Sora and Riku, especially Sora. Now here's the flow motion aspect of the game. It was like extreme magic parkour, essentially. And to be honest, I actually kind of like it. Like, I don't know, I like zipping about through the levels. It's a bit of a guilty pleasure, I suppose. Because there are like little parts in the game that have platforming. But the thing is, you could just use flow motion to bypass it all, so... Yeah, it kind of cheapens any, like, again, like any kind of platforming that the game wants you to do, you can just bypass it with flow motion. It won't even matter. Yeah, and I guess it's because they're in a dream that they can do this or whatever. I don't know. Who knows? Yeah, I'm just zipping about. I don't know. I just find it fun. Though to be perfectly honest, I wish there was more you could do with it. Because basically you start off with every single technique that flow motion has to offer. You know, yeah, I keep forgetting you have to use the X button to open up the chests, like in Birth by Sleep. Now, again, like with flow motion, you start off with all the abilities that the game has to offer. You don't learn anything else. Like you don't unlock anything else. They'll like tell you about reality shifts and stuff, but you don't actually learn any new like wall kicking techniques or any kind of new attacks with flow motion as the game goes along. And that's a little bit of a disappointment, I feel. But what are you gonna do? Yeah, and then the little I don't know, what do you call it? Like when you go between levels and it like does a little shape fade in, fade out, iris thing, whatever it's called. Yeah, it's the player pin from The World Ends with You. Yeah, I find it kind of interesting they actually implemented more Square Enix properties. I kind of hope that's something they do in you know, later games. They implement more Square Enix, you know, game characters that aren't Final Fantasy related. You know, it's a nice little touch. I like it. Of course, I can't really think of too many other things that Square's done that could make it into the series.
I didn't catch your name.
But whatever. Here we have the Dream Eaters.
That's a weird name.
God damn it, Sora. Yeah, Sora like lost like half of his IQ in this game for some reason. I don't know why. Like he was never the brightest bulb in the batch, but like in this game he's like a goddamn idiot.
Don't let him surround us. Let's split up. Got it.
Why would you split up during a fight?
It's Neku. Huh? Neku Sakuraba.
Yeah, it's at this point that I kind of realized Sora does not have a last name. Neither do like any other Kingdom Hearts characters. They don't have last names.
Come on, Neku. Let's take
Oh well. Now, again, the Dream Eaters, I don't like them as enemies because, like, they're all so different from each other. Like, they don't have any kind of theme to them of any kind, or like their colors. Like, Heartless kind of have their own color coding and their like unique look. Same thing with like Nobodies, but Dream Eaters, they're just animals. And they come in all sorts of colors and shapes, and I don't know. I just don't like thematically, I just don't like them. And of course, it's kind of like a bullshit thing, like, oh yeah, there's darkness in people's hearts, and the body is left behind, and negative emotions with the universe. And it's like, oh yeah, and then there are these creatures that eat nightmares, or nightmares that eat good dreams. I don't know, it's kind of weird. I'm not really fond of the whole aspect of them.
They're Dream Eaters too?
And it's kind of hard to take them seriously, because they're all so cute and cuddly.
I'm gonna need some extra help.
Yeah, even like the more like dangerous like dinosaur ones still don't look that intimidating.
Sure. I guess.
Yeah, and the Dream Eaters, you know, they essentially replace partners, and you kind of mix and match them, which is an aspect I actually do kind of like, because you know you can have ones that are more aggressive than others, ones that might give you some kind of like boost in like defense or attack, and they unlock new abilities, but there's a Force tutorial that explains more about the abilities. And of course, you can carry over spirits from your last save file, all the ones you've unlocked. Of course, they all go back to level 1, and all their abilities have to be unlocked again. But yeah, I don't mind them. I don't mind that aspect of them, but I don't like their designs and stuff. I don't know. It's kind of a weird love-hate sort of thing with these guys. I don't know. But like, in terms of like the 4 main like enemy types, Heartless, Nobodies, Unversed, Dream Eaters are definitely the bottom of the list for me. Yeah, okay, so like, here's the thing. Yeah, like, the worlds that were consumed by, you know, Xehanort's Heartless and the darkness he unleashed, like, sort of woke up, but they're sleeping for some reason. I don't really know why or how that works. But like, Traverse Town is a part of it, but that never got consumed by darkness, right? And then there's like the Grid, which is a future version of Space Paranoids, which was never consumed by darkness. Like, Space Paranoids was in Kingdom Hearts 2, which was after the first game and after the worlds had been saved. But the Grid comes after Kingdom Hearts 1, after Space Paranoids. But it's still sleeping as if it was around during Kingdom Hearts 1 and all that crap, and I just don't understand. Like, am I an idiot, or does that not make any sense? Like I don't know. Is it just me, or is that completely nonsensical? And as the game will explain, you can create spirits. Like, when you defeat enemy nightmares, you get little... you get certain... God, what's the word for it? Well, you have to have recipes first, and then you'll unlock you'll get a little... God, I can't think of the word. Yeah, materials. That's it. Materials dropped by enemies that you can use to make a new spirit. Every spirit has a different kind of material they'll need. There's always 2 materials, and they can put in an item or a spell or an attack to give them new, like a little bit of a boost, like more health or more defense. Yeah. Here's Meow Wow, who's like he's like the default face for the whole like Dream Eaters. And I decided to give him a name. The best name I could think of. Cat. 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 Okay, but while this tutorial is going on, Neku is voiced by Jesse David Cordy, who's reprising his role as Neku from The World Ends With You. I might as well list off all the others while this tutorial is going on. Shiki is Heather Hogan, again reprising her role. She's also Amy Sorrell from the Soul Calibur series. Joshua is Aaron Span, who's also reprising his role. Rhyme is Ashley Rose Orr, who's not reprising her role, and that's like the only thing she's ever done. And then Beat is Crawford Wilson, who's also reprising his role. He was Jet from Avatar: Last Airbender, and he's also Dick Grayson from The Brave and the Bold. Yeah, these things are like fucking like Tamagotchi pets. I don't know. You can feed them, and their their stats will go up, and Well, they don't actually get hungry, thankfully. That would be a stupid mechanic, but you can still feed them food items and play with toys to like give them more ability points to unlock more abilities. Yeah, it's I don't like training like characters by doing things that aren't combat related, but you can still level them up and get ability points by just fighting with them in your party. But to really like rack up those ability points, it's a good idea to use like the games and the food items. Yeah, I'm just like just gonna put on like end game dream eaters like right from the get go. Ryu Dragon and what's his name? Taranto Rex. Yeah, just starting off the game with all this bullshit. Is it cheating? Nah, I guess you could probably call it that, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I mean, they still start out at level 1, but I guess they are a bit more powerful than other Dream Eaters are normally. Oh well. But yeah, of course, every Dream Eater gives you new abilities. Like these guys could give you Mega Flare later on, and one of the Seal guys will give you Balloonga. Some of them give you like Experience Share, or they'll also just generally boost your attack and defense power, or your how quickly your command deck reloads. So getting all the ability points you can for each Dream Eater is actually a pretty good idea. It can really help you out in later parts of the game.
I brought you Sora. We had a bargain.
Hey, wait a minute.
What's the matter, Neku?
That sounded slightly nefarious. What's going on? Oh, god damn it. More Organization 13 crap. Ah, boy.
That wasn't the deal. You said you wouldn't hurt him. Don't, Neku.
What'd you think was gonna happen, Neku? Like, I wonder what the deal was, like what he was promised.
Why am I so sleepy?
Uh-oh. Neku slipped him a roofie, it seems. That's not good. Well, game's over. Let's go home. God damn it. Alright. Yeah, and of course, Riku also has this, like, Kingdom Hearts 1 look, except that the hair is a bit different. To be honest, I actually kind of like his new hairdo, but that's just me. And yeah, each diving section is slightly different for Sora and Riku, and like they have their own boss they get to fight. Like Riku gets like an octopus Dream Eater that he has to fight during these segments, and Sora gets like a giant queen bee. But yeah, that's like probably like some of the biggest differences. Like the missions in general, of course, different, but like they're not like it's like a different amount of prize points. For instance, or the amount of enemies you need to defeat. That's like the main difference between their dives, aside from the boss fights. Yeah, the boss fights aren't too, they're not too fun, I gotta admit. The ones you fight during the dives, yeah, I don't really like them too much. They're kind of annoying. But thankfully, the game's pretty lenient with the gold ranking. Like there were several times I was going through this where I thought, "There's no way I got gold," but true enough, yeah, I got the gold diver. Yeah, it's always the first character that you do that dive with that gets the prize. Like when you get gold.
Traverse Town?
Yep, nothing gets by you, Riku.
Sora! Where are you?
Yep, and then there's that Lady in the Tramp statue.
I remember.
I don't know why it's in this world, but whatever.
And then I think we opened a keyhole. So this must be one.
Yeah, it's an odd statue to make, but whatever.
My keyblade. It just sort of popped into my hand when I needed it most.
Yeah, and Riku's like, okay, so basically Sora and Riku have to go through each world separately, and Riku's visits are usually a bit more like darker in tone generally, but not always like in the most obvious way.
My name is John.
Like sometimes it's more just he encounters the villains a bit more often than Sora does, or he has less encounters with good people.
Riku.
And here's Joshua,
Hello there.
who's a lot less of an insufferable asshole than he was in The World Ends With You.
Our worlds. Apparently, the world you and I are standing in right now, well, there are two copies
Yeah, try to follow this shit with the Traverse Town. The Traverse Town is like a very special case in terms of the other worlds in this game. It's a bit of a weird occurrence.
Is as many things as people need it to be. The concept that we all live in the same world.
Yeah, so like, yeah, again, try to wrap your head around this crap. There's a whole lot of world splitting and parallels and dreams and dream worlds and dreams within dreams. I don't like it. Like, I still don't fully understand some of the aspects of this game, to be perfectly honest.
I'm looking for a girl named Rhyme.
Like, this is like the game that really kind of broke me in terms of not getting what the whole, like, people like will always say like, oh, I don't understand Kingdom Hearts, it's too complicated. But for me, that was never really a problem. But this is the game that kind of broke me. It's like, okay, I don't understand what the fuck is going on.
But unfortunately,
But again, yeah, Joshua, I actually like him better in this game than I like him in The World Ends With You.
only assume
He was a major asshole there.
simple.
And of course he was, again, World Ends With You, spoilers, he was the main villain, pretty much. He's the head of the Reapers, or at least the ones in Neku's town. Yeah, I didn't really understand that. It seemed like there was, like, different teams of Reapers for, like, different areas of the world. I didn't quite understand, to be honest. Like, that's why that's kind of like the vibe I got. Was that, like, each, like, town in that world has, like, their own group of Reapers? I don't know. Yeah, and there are battle portals scattered throughout the whole game where you can partake in challenges to get, like, dream materials. And there are special portals. There's 6 in every world, except for the last world, which has 3 for both Sora and Riku. Where if you clear through all of them, you get a special Keyblade. And then there's secret portals after you beat the game, where you can refight the bosses. And beating all those also gets you a new Keyblade. So... yeah, and I do all that crap. I do like 90% of that off screen. Like, I'm just showing off battle portals like this one. You know, beat everyone in 20 seconds, and if you do, you get a prize. Well, actually, no. You get a bonus prize. Beating it always gets you a prize, but if you do whatever the game asks of you, beat it in 20 seconds, don't take more than 2 hits, use like flow motion attacks like a certain amount of times, you'll get like a bonus prize, which is usually like some kind of food item for your Dream Eaters or a toy or something. Yeah. See, like there, I got block of chocolate by for beating the challenge in 20 seconds or less. Yep, just looking for chests. Yeah, like half the chests in this game just have food in them for your Dream Eaters. Yeah, and also if you get a gold ranking for all the dives, you get a new Keyblade for that too.
You're a dreamer. Which is funny because I've got plenty of dreams.
I have horrible nightmares. Ones where I'm naked in school is terrible. And everyone laughed at me.
Oh. You think I'm a dreamer?
Every human being is a dreamer. I had a friend once who said he never dreamed of anything.
I'm pretty sure he's talking about Neku here. I don't actually remember that dialogue in The World Ends With You, but maybe it was just made for this game. Or maybe I just don't remember, because, again, I didn't really like The World Ends With You that much.
They take form.
I don't know. I didn't like the story. I didn't really like the characters that much, to be perfectly honest. I didn't like Neku and Shiki's little romance, which sprouted and grew at unrealistic levels. Like, Shiki became Neku's most important thing in the entire world after knowing her for like 5 days. Or like a week or whatever. And he couldn't even stand her for like the first 3 or 4 days. So yeah, rushed romances are something I do not like. Unless it's some sort of fairy tale bullshit. That gets a pass just because it's classic, I guess. I don't know. Now, what should I name him? There we go. Perfect. And of course, he'll just get shoved off to the side, just like a meow wow. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of different spirits you can have. There's like at least like, I don't know, 25, 30.
I got you now, Joshua.
Hey, Beat.
Once I take you down, yo,
we belong.
Well, isn't he the energetic
How many
fellow?
times do we have to go over this? You've been tricked by that rogue in the black coat.
Oh boy, here we go again.
Black coats.
Only one group could possibly have black coats. No one else could ever have a black coat.
Can it, alright? Your inverse psychiatry ain't gonna work.
Excuse me?
Let's go! 3 meters! What? Ugh, man, not cool.
Yeah, it's like a big teddy bear. Very badass, B. Yeah, and there are lings. Basically, if you're spirit and you attack an enemy at the same time, the link meter will go up, and when that rises all the way, you get to use a special attack. Like for Sora, like every the 3 meters will get different attacks. Like Meow Wow will get a big bouncing attack, for instance. For Riku, he kind of like absorbs the spirits, and he gets like an attack and the speed boost, essentially. That's pretty much how it works. Oh yeah, and of course you can use reality shifts on enemies directly by just doing enough damage. It's a little bit random. Like there's some keyblades that actually like heighten the chances of reality shifts being available. So.
You know what?
Oh yeah, and I'll say this right now that every video is gonna be like one whole world getting completed. Yep, for both Sora and Riku. With the exception of the world that never was. I split that into 2 videos. Because it's pretty long. And I will be beating the optional boss, Julius. I should mention that too. I'm only going to beat him as Sora because the strategy for him is the same exact thing for both Sora and Riku, so... And of course, I will also be watching all these flashbacks, because again, they give you a lot of context for things going on, so I don't know why you would not watch them.
Filled with light, a gift
Or, at least these ones here, like at the beginning.
known as Kingdom Hearts.
Ah, title drop.
You see, Kingdom Hearts was
Ah, title drop.
the
Okay, enough of that.
so that none could ever lay hands on its mystery.
I kind of mentioned this before, but I really do hope we actually get to see the real, for really real's Kingdom Hearts in Kingdom Hearts 3. Yeah, I thought that blue moon that we saw in Birth by Sleep was the real Kingdom Hearts, but apparently not. I don't know. I don't really know what that was then, because I assumed that was the real Kingdom Hearts, but from the way Xehanort talks about what the real Kingdom Hearts is, that blue moon was not the real deal.
Extinguished all light.
I don't really know what it was then.
The darkness could not reach the brightness inside.
Yeah, we heard the story already. Kyrie's grandma told it to us.
The
Or
world
to Kyrie, I suppose.
as we know it today, with countless smaller worlds shining like
There's like maybe 30 of them. Isn't that great? They're countless.
Keyblade. It did not survive the battle.
Why was a shitty Keyblade then?
2 elements that created
Yeah, what a crummy Keyblade. It got broken.
and 1 of light shattered into 20
Yeah, very specific.
7 of light.
7 of light, 13 of darkness. Very specific.
And as for the
13 of darkness. What if we heard something like that before?
it was swallowed by the darkness.
Oh well, it doesn't ring it rings a bell, but I can't quite put my finger on it.
As long as it remains there, even the brightest world will have its dark corners.
Well, if we have enough nightlights, maybe we can stop all the darkness in the
Begets
world.
Darkness, and darkness is drawn to light.
And light and dark and light and light and dark and dark.
Who's the
His ramblings just eventually devolve in him just saying light and darkness over and over again. Light, 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 darkness, darkness. Like, should we call somebody? Seems like he's going on a bit of a weird tirade. Ah, no, it's fine. He always does this. Oh yeah, and then there's the drop system, which I think gets introduced around here, which I do not like.
Where is he?
Because yeah, it makes you kind of like want to rush through the worlds. It feels like, at least it makes me feel like that way.
Before I fell asleep,
There are items you can do to like stave off the
coat had a deal.
the drop, but
But what was the
still, just the fact it's there at all, I think it's kind of dumb.
That can't be right.
But of course, I managed to get through each world without having to get forced into a drop. Because there's a time limit, but then you can also drop, whatever you want. You can just choose to do it. I don't think Actually, I think you might be able to do it right now. Yeah. Yeah, I thought that door was unlocked because it was glowing like it had already been activated. I don't know. Was it just me? I don't know. Yeah, and see there, your Dream Eaters will level up with you. And, yeah, some abilities are hidden behind, like, little gates. Like, your level's not high enough, so you gotta get your... Yeah, this seal here is the one that has, like, balloon guns and ability you can unlock. And of course, yeah, the balloon spells are extremely broken, as probably everybody knows already. Yeah, they're kind of the best strategy to use against Julius, and well, pretty much every other boss, is to just spam balloon at them. Yeah, again, is it cheap? You know it, but I'm gonna use it anyway. I'll use any strategy in my playthroughs that isn't using an outright cheat device like a Game Shark. Yeah, I don't think do they even have like action replays in Game Sharks anymore? Like for like the PlayStation, you know, like the PlayStation 4. Like, is there anything for that? I don't think there is. Not that I've ever heard of. Yeah, I knew all the old systems had one. You know, the NES, SNES, Nintendo 64. I still have a Game Shark from Nintendo 64 somewhere around here. But enough about that. Yeah, it's a bit interesting. We actually get to see a little bit more of Traverse Town in this game, more than we've seen in any other. Of course, it also gives into a bit of another problem with this game. Is while it is nice that the worlds are so goddamn big, or have sections that are really big, they're kind of empty. There's no NPCs to speak of, really. Like any NPC that isn't a Moogle, like a save point or a shop, they only appear in cutscenes. It's either that or the enemies, but they're like Quasimodo and Frollo, Esmeralda, you know, like in the Hunchback world. They don't appear in the overworld. Like, they only appear in cutscenes, and that's a little disappointing. Of course, on the other hand, Kingdom Hearts was never really known for having too many NPCs, so I can't really. It doesn't really. It doesn't have as much of an impact, really. It's like, yeah, there aren't very many NPCs, but, you know, that's kind of part of the course, really. Like, you know, like 2 or 3 worlds in the past games would have a couple NPCs, like Hollow Bastion or Traverse Town, but, like, all the others would barely have any. Or, like, they would, but I don't know. Like, the Disney worlds would sort of have them, but they wouldn't do or say anything important. But I guess just having them around was nice, I suppose. Whatever. But like, I talk about like generic NPCs, like just people, like not specific characters. Yeah, like we never really had very many of those throughout the series. Again, mostly in like Traverse Town or Hollow Bastion. Well, Kingdom Hearts 2 at least. Or no, I don't. No, there weren't any generic ones in Hollow Bastion, were there? That was Twilight Town, and that's it. And then Traverse Town in the first game, and that's like 90% of them. And of course, it's nice that we're going to have that fixed in Kingdom Hearts 3, where generic NPCs will be loitering around the worlds. That's nice. Yeah, again, I just don't really like these Dream Eaters. I don't know. I can't take any of them seriously. They're so cute and cuddly. Like, even the bosses I don't feel like have very good designs, to be perfectly honest. But that's just me. And yeah, we got like more districts. There's like a back alleyway, the post office. And again, it's kind of interesting. It's kind of nice we actually have like a big, like, expansion for Traverse Town. It's just a shame that there's not too much of interest to actually see. And here's Balloon. You know, of course, Balloon Ra and Balloon Ga will come later. Each is more powerful than the last, and they're completely broken. Well, Balloon Ra and Balloon Ga more than regular Balloon, but... And there's also that Flick Rush area, which is something I will not show on screen, don't you worry. I do all that off screen, because it is not fun at all, let's be perfectly honest here. It's dumb. And boring. It's basically like a weird card game, like Battle Arena with your Dream Eaters. It's not as cool as it might sound, trust me. But I only did it because you get another Keyblade out of doing that. But I only do it for Riku. Because you have to do it for both characters to get Keyblades for both of them. Yeah, so if you want that Keyblade for both characters, you gotta go through the entire Flick Rush tournaments, you know, twice over. And there's Rhyme. Probably the only character from The World Ends With You I didn't, like, dislike in any way. Mainly because she kind of died off, like, halfway through, or not even halfway through.
Sorry.
And also, she was just kind of harmless.
You know what they always say. Sometimes memories just need a little help getting out.
Yeah, not when it's, like, your entire fucking memory, you idiot. I have total amnesia, no big deal.
I know. Maybe Neku can jog.
Maybe if we hit you in the head hard enough, it'll jog that memory of yours.
Right.
Yeah, of course they come with you, but they don't actually fight alongside you. Yeah, no Disney partners in this game. It's always just the Dream Eaters. Like, for fuck's sake, in the other games, they at least, like, would come with you during certain parts. Like the Disney Cup partners. Yeah. Yeah, I don't really like it. Like, the whole, like, I don't know, maybe them, like, the World Ends With You characters fighting alongside you would have been kind of nice. Or having, like, a Disney partner, I don't know. But I guess having 3 companions at once was just something they didn't want, I don't know. I don't really know why they wouldn't, but...
Hey, Neku, it's you.
I see you're... How do you get behind him like that?
What? You actually still trust me?
No, I'm here to push you off the building.
But you know that I tricked you, right? That guy
And see here, Sora's going all anime, like, no way, man, friends are important, man, I can't hold a grudge. And he's just like, what are you doing? You're an idiot.
Him first. Sorry.
No big deal.
Yeah, see, like, yeah, I don't care.
It really mattered. You stood up for me. And besides, we're friends, right?
You know each other for like 5 minutes. And also, Neku's kind of less of a total piece of shit than he was in the game. The World Ends With You.
Is she your game partner?
No. Sorry.
There's only like 5 people in this town. You picked the wrong one. Oh, hello.
Rhyme.
Well, she's dead. Good job, Neku. You almost got him. Yeah, see, like, look at this fucking thing. It's ugly.
Huh? Hey.
Like, not even the Dream Eater bosses look that good. Yeah, this is, what's his name? Hawk Monkey or something like that? Let's see here. It'll say in the little information bar. Let's see. Hako Monkey. Yeah. He's not good looking. I kind of like the whole, like, boxing glove thing. It's almost a little bit amusing, but I don't know. I just don't like this thing. It's ugly looking. Look at it. Like, all the colors just kind of mishmashed together. I don't know. Is it just me? Like, I can't think of any Dream Eater boss where I actually like the design. And that's a little bit unfortunate. And he fights with his feet, I guess. I don't know. Can we have this guy in the next Punch-Out game? That'd be nice. If we ever got another fucking Punch-Out game to begin with, jeez. Yeah, when did we? Yeah, we haven't got one since the Wii game. That was like a decade ago. We're kind of overdue to get another one. I would love to have one for the Switch. That'd be pretty great. Who knows? Maybe they'll announce it at E3 this year. Who knows? Because I don't know when this video is gonna come out, but it's. I'm recording this before E3. Yeah, see, here we go. Here's the combined ability of Ryu Dragon and the Tyrannosaurus guy. Yeah, but like there are only a couple of these combination attacks. Like dinosaur ones will usually have like Comet if you combine them together, for instance. I think, or maybe that's like I never really used too many combination attacks with Sora. So I can't really say for sure. Like where all the like with Meow Wows, like he grows gigantic, and like there's like a huge giant version of Meow Wow you get to bounce around on, for instance. But with, like dinosaur characters, I find usually like their combination is that common attack. And I love during that common attack how Sora's just standing casually on it with like his hands behind his head, like as he's riding a giant flaming comet down on his enemy. Oh, there's Riku.
Riku,
Oh god, they're dead. It's like at the end of Star Wars, they're all dead.
hold on, Sora.
Huh. Hey, Joshua.
Joshua.
Hey, Neku, you feeling okay? Man, you got your ass kicked.
Days without you have felt.
Yeah, seriously, Neku, you kind of suck at this.
Rhyme.
Just saying.
Glad you're okay. Neku, do you know this guy?
Yeah, I'm kind of curious if we're gonna see these guys in Kingdom Hearts 3, because God, what's their name of their town? I can never remember it.
And
But like maybe that'll be part of like the Big Hero 6 world, because it's kind of like a half, you know, the San Fran Tokyo, whatever it's called. You know, it's like part Japanese. So I kind of wonder if we'll get
They're my
God, what's the name of the town in The World Ends With You? Shibuya. Like maybe that'll be like a small district of like San Fran Tokyo. That'd be kind of cool, honestly. I can see that working out.
Next question. How could I possibly know your name, right? This town has a little secret.
Oh, really?
It only appears when someone
Yeah, Traverse Town is a bit unusual in that aspect. It's never really explained very well, or like at all, really.
So of
Like, oh yeah, it just appears when people need refuge, but how that works, who knows?
you know Riku?
Well, yeah. I'm kind of omniscient.
I'm kind of God.
Where is he?
There he is. There's his ghost, at least.
In another imagining of this
Yeah, I'm still not entirely sure how this split Traverse Town thing works, because again, it's a bit more unique than the other worlds that
work for you.
are in this game. Like they each kind of had their own split thing going on. I'm still not even really sure what's going on with that. But Traverse Town's like a bit more special.
Another chain of events.
I don't really know why.
Another world trapped by the Dream Eaters. As for how the world got split in two, I have
A giant knife.
Ask this guy.
Ah, man, Organization 13. Let's see. Yeah, the lamest reveal ever. And that's a young Xehanort, of course. Not that I even need to... Like, is there anyone who didn't figure that out even before the game came out?
Shiki.
Like, who else has white hair and, like, golden eyes in this series? Aside from, like, some version of Xehanort. Then we have our first Keyblade, skull noise. Of course, the skull... Yeah, it just kind of ends. Yeah, it's over. Yeah, I mean, we come back and visit, but that's kind of a weird drop-off point, but whatever. And we have the next 3 worlds, but first, gotta go back and finish up Riku's side of things. But yeah, that's kind of a lame ending. Or I think we get, like, a more complete one with Riku's side, I think. Let's see. Yeah, pretty sure we do. Yeah, and then also you get bonuses when you collect little dream points by defeating enemies and going through battle portals to get little bonuses. Riku, wake up.
What happened? Did I fall asleep?
And I think you had like a stroke or something, man. Why don't you see a doctor about that?
Where are Joshua and Beat?
They ditched him, man.
Huh?
Hello. There's Shiki. Getting chased by the weakest Dream Eaters in the game. Yeah, I guess you could say that the Bat guy is kind of like Riku's sort of, like, real Dream Eater type thing. I don't know what you want to call it, but, like, I don't know. Because it's the one he starts out with. It's like his, like, anyway. But, yeah, I don't really have Toximander out in my party too long, because I quickly realized he's kind of useless in battle. So after a world or two, I switch him out with that Ryu Dragon.
Stay back.
And you could help me fight, or not, just run away, whatever. I do like Riku's Keyblade. It's pretty nifty looking. I kind of like Skull Noise too. It's all right looking. Of course, I gotta like the name because noise is the enemies in World Ends With You. It's all clever and stuff. But yeah, again, I do hope we get more Dream Eater. I mean, not Dream Eater. Square Enix characters that aren't Final Fantasy in future Kingdom Hearts games. That'd be kind of neat. Of course, again, I'm not really sure what like games they could come from, but I don't know. I'm sure there's something out there. Who knows? Like, there's other games. There's like I don't know. I guess. I don't know. I'm trying to think of something that could actually work within the world of Kingdom Hearts and like fit well. That's not Final Fantasy or The World Ends With You. I know. Have all the Super Mario RPG characters that are under ownership of Square. Maybe they could appear. Have Geno appear in Kingdom Hearts 3. Yeah, because like from what I understand, like all the characters original to Super Mario RPG are like under the ownership of Square, from what I understand.
Seriously, thanks.
Yeah, like I remember like Geno was in Superstar Saga, and in the credits they had to Nintendo had to give credit to Square Enix for using Geno.
Hey, that's it? You chat up a girl and then just say, sure, and walk off?
Bad at this. Sorry.
I'm not good at talking with girls.
Not safe here.
Sora doesn't have that problem, Riku.
Dangerous.
Virgin Darkness versus Chad Light.
Knight in shining armor. Well,
Knight?
Run! Be gone, thought!
Wrong idea.
oh my gosh, I was so just kidding. Do you get out much?
Yeah, why don't I go with a loser like you, huh?
You remind me of this guy I know.
You know, Shiki, you can put on some pants at any time.
Yeah, great.
Hey, seriously, your skirt is way too down low. It's a little hard not to notice, let's be honest here. Especially in The World's Ends With You, like 1 centimeter away from becoming an R-rated game. Or not R-rated, I don't know, like... Or M, that's it, M. Wow, I'm an idiot. Anyways, yeah, here we have like the back alleys of Traverse Town with a bunch of weird waterways you can surf on. I don't know. Yeah, and a little bit something that makes these worlds unique to each other is that there's some areas that you can only visit as Sora, some you can only visit as Riku. And I know Birth by Sleep kind of had those aspects too, but it feels a bit bigger here. Like in Birth by Sleep, for the most part, usually it felt like it was only like one area or two. But yeah, I guess it is kind of at that level here as well. I guess in Traverse Town, it definitely feels a lot bigger. Yeah, but like with certain Disney worlds, it's like only 1 or 2 areas are locked off. But like in some worlds, like Prankster's Paradise, it's like Riku's side is set entirely inside Monstro, while Sora's story is set entirely outside of Monstro. So that's like a huge, big difference there, for instance. But like here, like Riku can like is the only one that can go to this back alleyway. Sora's the only one that can go to the post office, for instance. But they can both go pretty much everywhere else. Like each district, they can both go to. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they can all go to each district. But it's like this back alleyway in the post office area that are unique to Riku and Sora. God, fucking kept pushing him away from me, the stupid T-Rex. Yeah, again, there are a lot of different versions of these nightmares and dream eaters. There's a whole bunch to keep track of. I'm pretty sure these guys were made just to sell toys. It certainly feels that way. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're like Meow Wow plushies and stuff. I would not be surprised if some existed somewhere out there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure like I'm pretty sure there has to be like a Meow Wow plushie out there somewhere. There's no way they didn't sell any of those. But yeah. And again, like I was just looking at the link bar, but again with Riku, like if you do like the two-pronged like combination of links, like sometimes he'll get some really cool powers. Like he can fly with one of them. He like flies around, like hones in on his opponent when you attack. Like he like teleports right behind them, not the personnel kid, that sort of thing. Yeah, I do gotta say, flow motion. I am a little bit disappointed we don't. You do not unlock any new techniques with flow motion as the game goes on. At most, it's just each world has their own unique reality shift, but that's really about it. Like here's that slingshot thing, and Prankster's Paradise. It's like a bubble thing going on. In the grid, you kind of hack the enemies, so to speak. Yeah, I need to use a reality shift to get through there. Yeah, I always forgot that. I don't know why. I always forget you actually have to use reality shift to get through this place. There's nothing on the other side aside from one chest anyway. And an invisible wall, apparently. But yeah, like some of the Dream Eaters, like their designs, some of them are okay, but most of them I just don't like how they look. Again, especially the bosses. Like, I can't think of any Dream Eater boss I actually like the look of. But that's just me. There we go. Vibrant Fantasy. Whatever the hell that means. I don't know if that's rare or common or not. But yeah, yeah, so most of these world visits are not too long. Considering you go to them twice. Like, they're only about like a half hour each, really. Like most of the videos in this playthrough are gonna be about an hour long, but there's only 9 videos. Yeah, because there are not a lot of worlds in this game. There are only 5 Disney worlds. Yeah, that's a record low for the franchise. Yeah, or actually no, I think Coded had less. Didn't Coded only have like 4 Disney worlds? I don't know. But in terms of like main games of the series, like non-rehash games, this one definitely has the least amount of worlds. Not counting each world as 2, because you get to revisit them. Yeah, it's cheating. But we're almost done here. Just gotta go to the next district. Fight the monkey again. Yeah, and that's the thing. A lot of these, for a number of these worlds, you fight the same boss, but they have like slight differences. Like for Riku, the Hako monkey doesn't have legs. He kind of like floats around, for instance. And then like in the world that, in the Hunchback of Notre Dame world, it's like the Wargoyle, wherever it's called. Like Riku's has wings, but Sora's doesn't. That sort of thing. Of course, for some worlds, it's like completely different. Of course, the grid you fight Riddler, and then for Riku you fight Dream Eater as the boss. Yeah, there's a surprising lack of Disney bosses in this game. Now that I think about it, most of them are Dream Eaters. Yeah, there's like Riddler, Chernobog.
We should stick together. Perfect.
I can't think of any others. Oh yeah, Pete and the Beagle Boys. Yeah, I guess there are more Disney bosses than I recall.
Cheeky. No way.
He turned her into a stuffed cat.
How did you get here?
the cat just bowed. Yeah, there we go. Ow.
You cannot control what you are not aware of.
And again, here's young Xehanort.
This sleep will be your prison. To wander forever.
Well, that's not good. God, Riku, you're being a little bit of a wuss here. Summon your Keyblade and attack him. Come on.
Riku, don't you listen to that punk. Shiki's gonna be fine.
How'd she get all the way over there?
What's up? Hoodie here set this whole thing up, yo.
Aww.
Promised to send Shiki back to our world, and you was the cost of travel.
Ah, man.
Yo, this is serious.
That's what you get for trusting strangers, Riku.
Bet you ain't even a reaper.
Yeah, he doesn't have his wings. Ta-da.
All right.
I like how his hair just like unfolded there. Yeah, gee, I wonder who he is. Ugh. Yeah, see there, he doesn't have his... Yeah, he just like fucks off over there. It's like, oh, okay, we can just leave him there, I guess. Who cares? But anyway, so young Xehanort is voiced by Benjamin Diskin, who voiced number 1 in Kids Next Door. He's Sai from Naruto. Let's see, who else is he? I'm looking through his behind the voice actor page here, trying to look for characters I actually recognize here. Oh yeah, it was also number 2 in the Kids Next Door. I always forget they're the same character. I mean, same voice actor, I mean. Let's see, who else? He's Eugene from Hey Arnold, that poor little ginger kid. Oh yeah, he was Stitch in the Stitch anime, the dub of it. That's a little unusual. All right. And of course he's Joseph Joestar from Battle Tendency. So I like that because basically Richard Epcar, who's Xehanort's Heartless, voices old Joseph. So all we need is Paul St. Peter, Xemnas' voice actor, to voice older Joseph in the Part 4 dub when that inevitably comes around. That'll be great. Just 3 incarnations of Xehanort, each voicing a different age of Joseph Joestar. That'd be great. But yeah, that would just be a little bit too perfect. There's no way that's gonna happen. Who knows? Maybe. Or maybe whoever replaces Leonard Nimoy from Master Xehanort could be the guy who voices oldest Joseph. But anyway, so the Hako Monkey guy. Yeah, maybe I should actually talk about the boss. Yeah, there's this stupid part where he just like summons a bunch of hands and then the main body vanishes. You have to beat all the hands and then he reappears. It's pretty lame. Yeah, I like Sora's version of this guy a bit more. Yeah, I forgot you can do that sliding dive attack. I kind of forgot about it. But I think I remember by the time this fight ends. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's the way you're supposed to attack him. Yeah, and of course it's a bit annoying. He's off the ground, so it's a little bit harder to do combos on him. I'm not even sure if these reality ships... Do they even hurt him? I'm not sure they actually even like do like any damage, or at least not very much damage. At least it stuns them for a little bit. Excuse me, Hako Monkey. I have a treasure chest I must open. Please excuse me. Yeah, some of these bosses are pretty annoying. Like that, God, what was he called? That I swear to God, I'm pretty sure he's called Holy Moly. That one Dream Eater from the Land of the Musketeers. That guy was so annoying. He's one of those bosses you gotta chase down and, you know, hunt the entire level to find, so you can just, you know, get a couple hits on him. But we'll get to that when we get to that. Yeah, of course, Traverse Town has a return. You have to revisit it later on, and it's the only world in which that happens. Yeah, the revisit is not very like exciting or very long, thankfully. But whatever. No big deal. Bye, Hako Monkey. See you, well, you actually no. I'll see you in the revisit of this world. Gotta fight him again. And then he was fireworks, apparently.
Hey, what is this?
Oh God, they're all dead. Oh no. They're ghosts.
What are we seeing?
Why are they just standing there staring into space?
Man. She's right here in front of me and I can't reach her.
I just gotta throttle her. Just gotta. Why is he trying to grab at her throat?
If your hearts are connected, you'll reach her.
Oh, shut up. Trust in your heart. Kingdom Hearts. I suppose people rattling off on stupid heart metaphors and shit, or that sort of thing, I guess is to be expected of the Kingdom Hearts series.
Sora.
Sora, you feeling okay? Just standing there staring off into space. And there we have skull noise again. Yeah, most of the Keyblades that Sora and Riku get are the same. Excuse me, I accidentally opened up the model viewer, apparently. Not sure why they're not doing their T-poses. You guys feeling okay? What's going on here? Next scene, thank you. Yeah, here we go. Now we actually get like an actual like ending to Traverse Town. Sora's just kind of stopped. It's just like, yeah, okay, done. It's over now. It just dropped off like with no like real conclusion. Or like maybe this cutscene happens like whenever you beat the second, because you don't have to do Sora and then Riku. You can do it in any order you want. But like maybe this happens like after you beat the boss for both of them. I don't know. I've only ever done Sora and Riku. I always beat it in that order every time. And I'll be doing that with every world in this playthrough too. And of course, Joshua can talk to both of them because he's special. He's like, what, the composer or something? The Reaper composer, I think it's called. Or like the producer or something along those lines. I don't know, I don't care too much, to be perfectly honest, about The World Ends With You. Like, again, I don't hate The World Ends With You, but it's like, yeah, I can kind of see why this never got a sequel. A proper sequel. So can we have some money then?
Just who are you?
Let's say a friend.
Ah, it's an angel. Huh. Well, that was interesting. Alright, bye, Joshua. Where the fuck did he go? What the fuck was that? Yeah, we've gone back to looking for keyholes. Good shit. It almost feels nostalgic. Yeah, like think about it, we haven't really looked for the world's keyhole since Kingdom Hearts 1. Like in Kingdom Hearts 2, that wasn't really part of the plot, although there was kind of like that sequence where they unlocked the pathways between worlds, but not quite the same. And then yeah, like no other world had a keyhole, no other game had like keyhole stuff.
Dream is connected to another, which means we must choose in which.
God, how long have they been staying there just listening to Yensid rabble on?
I will return you to the Destiny Island.
Okay, can we please get along with this? Like, my feet are killing me. These giant clown shoes are not comfortable.
Once dreams take you, you must let them guide you to the sleeping world.
Yeah, again, I guess it's pretty, it's pretty convenient that there are 7 sleeping worlds, apparently. It's like, oh no, Yensid, there's only 5 sleeping worlds. Oh, alright, well, can't do it. Guess we can't do the test. Or like other sleeping worlds out there, or just these 7? Again, that's pretty convenient.
True masters.
Fuck you, Yensid. I can kick your ass if I'm not a master. Sora will kick your ass, 6 ways to Sunday, old man. Anyway, that's it for the first video. Next time we'll be going to the Notre Dame world. And all the fun that can be had there. So I will see you next time.